Alright, what's up y'all? Welcome back to the video. Really excited about today's video. Gonna be showing y'all, these are the two that I'm always talking about that I can't figure out what to do with. Because initially I thought that they would just like fall down and and they kind of do, like they're kind of doing it right now. But if I turn to the side, you see how they just kind of like stick out to the front? I'm not always crazy about that. So I was racking my brain because I thought about seeing if we could detangle these all the way and then just interlock them with this one and the same on this side. But I figured out a solution because I messed around and ran across a video on YouTube and the dude was talking about just that. He was talking about ways that you can, I think this guy had like some really skinny locks. He had some that were really skinny at the roots and he was trying to figure out how he could make them thicker. And so the guy showed him how he can just do this what I'm about to do and help to get rid of that. So I'm not gonna do the full thing that he did because there was a lot of interlocking involved and I don't do that. But the first thing that he showed him how to do is what's really got me excited because I tried it the other day and it worked. And so now I'm gonna show y'all. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so you see, I'm gonna try to get as close as possible, but at the roots, I can kind of fit my finger through there. Y'all see that? I'm not gonna do that with this one. I'm gonna do that with this one. So what you wanna do is, you wanna take this lock, because this is the one that I'm having issues with. I'm gonna take this one, then I'm gonna run it through the root of this one. So we're gonna, and it's kind of a form of interlocking a little bit, but I'm not all the way interlocking. I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna put it through there, and then bam! Y'all see that? Problem solved. Yes, no more craziness. I mean, you can see the difference. Like you can see when I turn sideways. Y'all see this one? It's still like sticking out. Whereas this one over here, that was doing that a minute ago, now it's just hanging straight down. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side with this one. Again, I'm gonna show y'all. See how it's kind of, I mean, I can train it if I want to. I can just like kind of pull it down, but I don't want to always have to do that. You know what I mean? I want it to just do that naturally. But I'm going to take this one, which is the problem one. I'm taking my finger, putting it through the root of this one, and I'm going to feed it. And then once I've done that, I just give it a little pull, and yeah, like I said, I mean, they're not completely, how I want them to be right now. I don't know. It looked better. I did this the other day, y'all, and it looked really good. Today I'm not. Today I'm not as crazy about it. What's up, y'all? Future me here. I'm actually in the process of editing the video right now as we speak. Let y'all see. And that y'all just saw me do, I actually don't have those anymore. The interlock, when I took the two and interlocked them together, I dyed my hair on Friday night, and when I woke up Saturday morning, I tried to pull those apart the way I typically do, and I noticed that they were starting to Congo. Like they literally locked together that fast, and that's not something that I was ever after. I was just trying to control the direction of the two. But by manipulating them that way, it was sort of forcing a Congo to form. And it took a lot of work for me to pull them back out from each other because I didn't want them to form Congos. So I didn't actually keep them that way. You know what I mean? But I did want to leave it in the video because it's going to be really hard for me to edit that out. So when you see that, take it with a grain of salt. That's not actually something that I would recommend unless Congos are something that you're actually after anyway. But when you see it in the video, I'm kind of showing y'all. Y'all see? I dyed it. But when y'all see it in the video, I don't have them that way anymore. But I just wanted to go ahead and give you all the heads up. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video. Peace. But I'm never satisfied. You know what I mean? I'm always like, I don't know what to do. y'all are getting an opportunity to see what my locks are doing right now. I'm really happy with them. Y'all see? I always like to have my face framed, like from here. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when I don't, I feel like it makes it look like I have a big forehead. You know, and maybe I do have a big forehead. You know, and maybe this is just putting it right in my face, so to speak. You know, but I feel like a lot of times, like if I hold my head up, it doesn't look that big. When I hold my head like that, you know what I mean? It kind of makes it look bigger than it actually is. Let me know in the comments if you think I have a big forehead. You know, think I have a big forehead? Just put the letter 4 in the comments. And, you know, see what y'all think about it. You know, girls, man, y'all always have the luxury of being able to do all of these like styles and everything. Guys, man, we can't really do as much with ours, you know. But to be honest with y'all, right now, I don't want to do anything with them because I'm really, really feeling them. Like, y'all can see, man. Let me turn around and show y'all. You know, y'all see what's going on with them? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Ooh. You know, it's been, let's see, tomorrow is the 13th. So, man, that'll put me at 15 months tomorrow. Yep, because I started March 13th of last year, so crossed the year threshold, you know, a few months ago, and now I'm at 15 months. Oh, and let me show y'all this. Shout out to TP, man. TP has some really cool merch. If y'all never looked at his store, he's talked about it before. I don't think he talks about it as much anymore, but he used to. But yeah, man, shout out to him. I cut it into a tank top just because it's so hot out here. I bought an oversized t-shirt. I bought like an extra large, I think, and then just cut it into a tank top because I like to wear tank tops a lot because it's so hot out here. But shout out to him, man. He makes some really, really cool merch, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I can stand up. Try not to break my neck. I told he's a little loose. I gotta fix that. But y'all see? Probably zoom in so I can show y'all, but he has some really, really cool merch. I don't know if he designs them himself, like I don't know if he does the drawings, but whoever does the drawings for him has done a really, really good job on all of his merch. So head over to his store. I think it's like TP Locs store, something like that. I'll figure it out, and if I can't figure it out and get it into my description, head on over to TP Locs' channel, and I think he always puts it in his description. So like I said, man, go support the homie, man. He has some really cool content, some really, really good merchandise. I think he has some stuff brewing that I'm not gonna put him on Front Street. He's talked about it before on his Insta and stuff. So, but yeah, man, y'all see what's going on. Y'all see what it is. So, yeah, man, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased. I like to do that a lot. You know what I mean? I like to play around with them just because that's so cool. I've never had hair like this before. So, you know what I'm saying? Getting to flip it around. This is fun. But yeah, man, I like where they're at. I like what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can see, like, if you look back at the previous video that I did, when I did the wash video, y'all can see I've virtually lost all of the frizz at this point. I mean, there's still some here and there, but you know, I've pretty much lost most of it. You know what I'm saying? I still do have some that are shorter than others, but I'm good with that. Like, it doesn't bother me anymore. But I'm really, really happy with what they're looking like right now. You know, I even over the past couple of days have worn them just out. You know what I mean? When we go out, I just wore them out because I'm really happy with what they're doing right now, where they are. I mean, they're kind of like shoulder length, or is that y'all consider that your shoulder, or do they have to be like down there? You know what I mean? Maybe they are. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do a length check. Shoulder length. Yo, hey y'all, my hair is at my zip. But yeah, man, y'all see it. Y'all see what it is. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the wash portion of the video. I'm gonna show y'all my updated wash routine. I don't use the salt anymore. I think I might, here and there, I might every now and again, but I was primarily using the salt to help it lock faster. Just because I know salt water really helps your hair to lock faster, and it really did for me. Like, y'all can see, man. Y'all can see. You can also see, like, at my roots, I really don't do retwists. I don't do retwists. I haven't done a retwist since this time last year. Like, we did 2 retwists. We did one at like 2 months and then one at the 3-month mark, and I haven't done any since then. So it's been a year without any retwist, and I feel like that has helped my locks to thicken. You know what I mean? I feel like when you do too many retwists, your locks stay thin. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all. If you want to see your locks get thicker, stay away from the retwists. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they're necessarily necessary. Some people think they are, but I don't. You know what I mean? And I think it probably depends on how you want your locks to look too. But for me personally, going for more of like a traditional lock look, I don't really want to do. I don't retwist. I did mention in another upcoming video, and I don't know if that video is going to post first or if I'll post this one first, but I did mention that I'm thinking about it. But looking at them right now, you know what I mean? And I feel like they're looking kind of crispy, y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do a retwist. Like, dude, I don't even want to get in the shower right now. It's like, woo. And for those of y'all who are still in like the really early phases, I urge you to stick it through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are going to get to a point of where you're going to be really happy with what your locks look like. You know what I mean? All of us go through the awkward phases. All of us go through the having to look at other people's locks and wish ours were like that. And I feel like one of the biggest lessons you're going to learn is resiliency, and how to just kind of stick it through. And I feel like in the long run, you're going to be really happy if you do that. Granted, like I say, it's hard, and if you're constantly looking at other people's locks and kind of comparing your locks to theirs, then it's going to make it that much more difficult. But accept your hair for what it is, because your hair is beautiful, man. However it is, it's your hair. Own it. You know what I'm saying? Accept it, and in the long run, you're going to be much happier than if you cut them. Because I feel like if you cut them, you're going to look down the line, and there's going to be people that may have started around the time that you did, and if you cut them, you're going to be looking at theirs and be like, oh man, that could have been me. And you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and deal with it. If you're a young lady, go ahead and tie them up. If you're a guy, go ahead and throw on, a hat or something like that, and just, push through. Because I guarantee you, once you get to a point of being able to look in the mirror, and once you get to being able to do all of that there, and all of that there, and all of that there, you know what I'm saying? Once you get to a point of that, you're gonna be much happier. So, like I say, all of y'all just stay encouraged and stay motivated. If you ever need a pick me up, look back at some of my videos and see where I was versus where I am now, and kind of use that as motivation, use it as inspiration, because that's what I'm here for, and that's what all of us are here for. That's why we make videos, because we want to support y'all, we want to encourage y'all, we want to motivate y'all, and you know what I mean? So, but yeah, without further ado, let me go ahead and grab. I don't use in my previous wash video. Close that. I don't need to be all in my shower. You know what I'm saying? But for those of you that have watched my previous wash video, I used to use Castile soap. Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. And if you're looking for something that's really gonna wash your locks, give it a really deep, thorough wash, Castile soap is definitely the way to go. I stopped using Castile soap because I messed around and got it in my eyes, y'all, and I thought I was dying. Like, I literally thought I was gonna go blind. Like, I've never felt that kind of pain in my life, in my face. You know what I'm saying? I've had chlorine in my eyes. I've had shampoo in my eyes before, but that, and I guess one of the telltale signs that it can burn is the fact that a lot of people use Castile soap to clean. You know what I'm saying? I use Castile soap to clean. I use it to clean the tub. You know what I'm saying? And it does a really, really thorough job like that. It's really, really good stuff. And so I guess it stands to reason that if it cleans that well, then it's probably not something that you necessarily want to have contact with your face. But I didn't think about that at the time, because I think it does say somewhere on the bottle that it's a multi-use formula, and so a lot of people do use it to clean their body. And on some of the YouTube channels that I follow, they talked about having used Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. I use the lavender variety, but I think some people use lavender, some people use the peppermint, some people use just the original plain or whatever. And before I got it in my eyes, it works great. Like, I love this stuff, but after I got it in my eyes, I said, nah, man, I gotta figure something else out. I gotta switch and do something else, because, dude, like, for those of y'all that have watched other videos and they've talked about using Dr. Bronner's soap, proceed with caution is all I'll say. It's really, really good stuff, but maybe get some goggles. You know what I'm saying? Get something that's gonna keep it out of your face. Definitely keep your eyes closed. You know what I mean? Don't get too overly confident and feel like you want to kind of open your eyes and see what it's looking like as far as the lather and all of that, because, dude, that is the most excruciating pain I've ever experienced. Like, it literally felt like my corneas were burning. It felt like they were on fire, and there was nothing that I could do to help it. Like, I think my wife had some drops, and she gave me some eye drops that eventually helped the pain to subside and helped it feel better over, maybe 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. But, whew, dude, I wouldn't wish that pain on anybody. With that said, I did find a more gentle Castile soap. We have Sprouts out here. I don't know if y'all have Sprouts grocery store, but they make a variety of Castile soap that I started to use, and I did use that religiously. Granted, I never tested to see, hey, I wonder if I get this in my eyes if it's gonna burn. You know what I mean? I think it might have gotten on my face, but just the smell of it wasn't as intense as the Dr. Bronner's. Like, the Dr. Bronner's is really concentrated, and so I guess with that level of concentration comes a level of, just strength. It's like extra strength Tylenol versus Tylenol. You know what I mean? I think the Sprouts variety is more Tylenol, whereas the Dr. Bronner's is the extra strength. You know what I mean? And so I went through an entire bottle of that, and then I happened to be in Trader Joe's a couple weeks ago and saw that they have this. This is the Trader Joe's Nourish Spa Shampoo, and this is what I've been using. This is what I've been using most recently. It doesn't give you the same type of lather as, sorry y'all, I'm kind of addicted to flipping my hair around. And I'm looking in the viewfinder, looking kind of crazy, so I don't want any of y'all to come for me. You know what I mean? Y'all probably gonna come for me anyway because I'm flipping my hair around. Look at him. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I messed around and found this stuff, and this stuff works really, really well. It doesn't give you the same lather, but my head did still feel clean. You know what I mean? Which for me is the ultimate thing. Like, I want to make sure my scalp is getting clean, and I also want to make sure all of the locks are getting clean. And I feel like this does a really good job of cleaning. It probably doesn't go as deep into the lock and really give you like a strong cleansing, but I feel like if I ever do want to do that, I'll just go back to Sprouts, grab their Castile soap, or maybe even like baby shampoo, because I feel like baby shampoo does a really good job. And if you get that in your eyes, it's not going to burn if you get the no tear formula. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this stuff works really, really well, man. So let me go ahead and jump in the shower, and I'm going to show y'all my updated routine. Oh, and shout out to my wife, y'all. This body wash, can y'all see that? Let's see if I pull it back. It's the Raw Sugar, is the brand. Yo, they have this at Target, y'all. We had a different, I had the, green tea and aloe vera, and she likes that smell better, so she gave me this one, the beach rose and coconut milk and shake. Dude, like, all of these smell so good. These are the body washes. So, I mean, shout out to Raw Sugar, shout out to Target, man. We were in there yesterday. I love Target, y'all. But, yeah, they had this, but Let me go ahead and jump in here and show y'all what it is with the wash, with the hair. All right, y'all. I was a little bit conflicted on whether or not I was just going to add music to the shower scene or whether or not I was going to do a voiceover. And I think I'm going to give you a little bit of both. It'll probably be the majority music, but for the first part, I do want to kind of talk you through what I'm doing. I know it's self-explanatory, but I do want to give you a little bit of voiceover. So if you see here, I always like to go in and make sure everything is nice and wet. You know what I mean? You really, really want to saturate your hair, especially with locks. It may not necessarily be as important with other, types of hairstyles or whatever, but with locks, you really want to make sure and get everything nice and saturated. So that's what I always start out with, because it's really, really important. After I get everything nice and saturated, I go in and I add my shampoo. And like I said, the shampoo that I use now doesn't necessarily give you as much in the way of suds. Like, it doesn't lather up as much. You still get a pretty decent lather with it, but it's not like with the Dr. Bronner's that gives you a really, really thick, heavy lather. But even with this, or with whatever shampoo you use, you always want to make sure and give it a really good lather, because you want to make sure that your locks are really getting clean. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm really paying attention to the crown. I'm really paying attention to the roots, because that's really, really important with locks, because the health of your hair starts with the health of your roots. And you really want to always make sure that you're hitting those really, really heavy with the soap. You know what I mean? You really want to make sure and get in there, get everything nice and soaped up, because the cleanliness of your scalp can help to dictate the cleanliness of your overall hair. And it can also help to dictate the health of your overall hair. So you always want to make sure. I'll even go in, like you see here, and add more soap. You know what I mean? I like to really get it sudsy. I like to really get in there and make sure I'm getting it nice and lathery, because that's really, really important. Some people might say that if you overdo it, the shampoo can get locked into the locks. And I haven't had that be my experience. I've never run into that. So for me, the soapier, the better. I really, really want to make sure and get it really nice and sudsy, really nice and soapy. And that really goes a long way toward also helping my hair to feel really soft. And I think if you use a shampoo, a lot of times with the Dr. Bronner's and things like that, they really, really clean your hair, but they also really strip your hair. Versus with some of these other shampoos that are, specially formulated for chemically treated hair or anything like that. If you've ever used any kind of a dye or anything like that on your hair, sometimes it's just as important to make sure you're going in and adding a shampoo or using a shampoo that will help. I got soap in my eyes right there, y'all. It didn't burn like the Dr. Bronner's, but it did burn. But like I say, you really want to make sure sometimes that you're using a shampoo that can really, really help to add moisture back into your hair, because that's really, really important. I'll always go in after the fact and use my tonic and all of my oils and things like that, but it's still every bit as important with the shampoo that you use sometimes to make sure that you're adding moisturization, because that really penetrates. I feel like when you wash your hair, it really penetrates on a different type of level than when you're just kind of maintaining your hair with your oils and things like that. But as y'all can see right now, I'm getting ready for the rinse part. I always like to make sure, and especially with locks, it's really, really important that you saturate at this point too, because you want to make sure you're rinsing all of the soap out. You don't want to get any kind of buildup. And even with soap, like even with shampoo, you can get buildup. It's not, a foregone conclusion that everything's going to get washed out unless you specifically pay attention and make sure that you're washing everything out. So with me, that's really, really important. I always like to make sure and go in and saturate everything, make sure I'm getting all of this soap out, make sure I'm getting it off of my crown, make sure I'm getting it off of my roots. But more specifically, I like to make sure I'm getting it out of the locks, because if it penetrates the lock and gets in there, it can really cause buildup later, which you may not necessarily want to use a really thick shampoo. And I think that's why a lot of people swear by the Dr. Bronner's, because it's so liquidy. Even though it gets sudsy, it's not gonna ever really form any kind of a buildup, because it's just not the chemical makeup of what that stuff is, or the makeup of what that stuff is. I don't think there's any chemicals involved with it, but it's not anything that's gonna cause buildup. And so I think that's why a lot of people really gravitate to it. But whatever you decide to use, you always want to make sure you're doing a really good job of rinsing it. As y'all can see right now, after everything is rinsed, I do like to just squeeze everything together and make sure I'm getting all of the water out, because before I get out and before I start to dry everything, I like to make sure it's at least on the road to recovery in terms of getting all of the water out. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching me wash my hair. Hopefully it's been helpful for y'all. And at this point, let's go ahead and hop into the rest of the video. Floor's kind of soaked. All right, y'all, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I do, and hang on, I wanted to show y'all there, because I was just reading on there, and it says balanced moisturizing, also says safe for color treated hair. So for those of y'all who have, and again, it's the Nourish Spa shampoo from Trader Joe's, but for those of y'all who have color treated locks, you're looking for a shampoo that's safe for your color, that's one of them. You know what I mean? I don't know if all shampoos that are, I don't know why all shampoo wouldn't be safe for color treated hair, but maybe there's stuff in some that just isn't good for hair or whatever. But that stuff that I use is definitely safe for color treated hair. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it, y'all. Let me put the camera back over there. All right, and then there we go. But yeah, that's pretty much it, like I said. And then all I'll do is I'll take my towel, and my hair's still soaked, but I squeeze it. If y'all saw, I squeeze it to get the majority of the water out. When I'm still in the shower, I'll just take it all and just like pull the water back and then squeeze it like a sponge basically. But then when I get out, I'll just take my towel and, you know, just basically make like one of these and then squeeze. And that's it. I don't do any of the, any of that stuff, because you don't want to bring up unnecessary frizz. Like I say, frizz isn't a bad thing. Frizz is a really good thing. I mean, I like frizz, but you don't want to bring up any unnecessary frizz if you don't have to. So I don't use like a microfiber towel or anything like that. I was watching one of Yanni the Loccologist videos, and she was just talking about how her entire life, her entire career, she's only used cotton towels. So, I mean, I just figured if cotton towels are good enough for Yanni the Loccologist, they're good enough for me. So for a while, I was thinking that I needed to get like a microfiber towel or something like that. And after having heard her talk about it, I'm just gonna stick to the cotton towels. I mean, I have pretty good towels anyway, but yeah, definitely not gonna do anything that I don't need to. So, but yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. All I'm gonna do from here on in is I'll take the blow dryer and I'll knock out the rest of the moisture that would drip. You know what I mean? I don't think that blow dryers, especially on a high setting, are necessarily good for the overall health of your hair. But in my case, since I wash my hair, maybe an hour before I go to bed, I don't want to be in the bed with a wet head, especially a wet head that could like be dripping and get my pillow all wet. I use my my satin hair thing, and I don't want to get that soaked. So I'll just take my blow dryer. Initially, I'll set it on the high setting and just like go over my hair for maybe 4 or 5 minutes and get it to where, like right now it's nice, you know what I mean? It's not soaked anymore. It's not dry, but it's not soaked. But I'll take the blow dryer and I'll knock out a lot of the moisture that's there, but it's not gonna be like all the way dry. I don't think you ever want to even if you're going to use a blow dryer, dry your hair to the point of where it's like super dry, because that, you know, that defeats the purpose of using like a moisturizing shampoo. I'll also use my tonic that I use. For those of y'all who haven't seen the video, go check that video out. I made a video. I'll make an updated video here pretty soon showing y'all my tonic, because, you know, I just feel like I'm better in front of the camera now than I used to be. So, you know, give y'all an opportunity to see what's up with my hair. Like I said, I'm really happy for where it's at right now. You know, it's only going to continue to get longer. It's only going to continue to get thicker. So, you know, and like I said before, I don't think I'm going to do any retwist. I had thought about it, but I don't think I'm going to do any retwist. I think I'm going to leave that alone, because I like what's going on with my hair right now, and it's only going to continue to do its thing, you know. So definitely want to say thank y'all for checking out today's video. If you can, leave comments down below. Also, if you can, go ahead and give the video a like. Really helps us out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the red one right down there. And thank y'all. Appreciate y'all support. So until next time, peace.